Namaste everyone, I am Ramyashri. Welcome to my channel Ashwin's Astrology. Shanidev has turned direct in his Mool Trikon Rashi, Kumbha Rashi on 15th of November for one last time in the current transit of Kumbha Rashi. Shanidev is Karma Karaka as well as Karma Paladata and is transiting in the 11th house, which is its own Mool Trikon Rashi in the Kalpurush Kundli. And that's why this transit video is of high importance in nature, because the next 4.5 months would be the last tenure of or the remaining tenure of Shanidev in Kumbha Rashi, and now we can expect some abundant amount of auspicious results for Shanidev to deliver in this Rashi, because he is the Karma Paladata and he has to give the rewards. But if Shanidev has to give the rewards, he will make the person work hard and to earn his karma, and that's when the karma pala will come. So in this video, I'll explain from individual point of view how this transit of Shani will affect all the individual moon signs, as well as from the world point of view how this transit can be looked upon. So please don't forget to watch this video in full till the end, and also like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more such content. So let's begin with what kind of a planet Shanidev is. So if we observe the Bachakra, the whole zodiac, the 12 Rashis, we can see that leaving aside Rahu, Ketu as well as Sun and Moon, the 5 planets, Buddha, Guru, Shukra, Shani and Kuja, all these 5 planets, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, Venus and Mars, owns 2 Rashis each. So for Mars, if we take the first planet Mars, for Mangal there are 2 Rashis, Mesh Rashi and Vrishchik Rashi. And Mesh Rashi comes in the first and Vrishchik Rashi comes in the number 8. So both the Rashis are distance apart. They are not together, they are not in adjacent side. This similarly is for Shukra, Venus Rashis also, Vrishab Rashi and Tula Rashi. Then comes Buddha's, Mercury's Rashis, Mithun Rashi and Kanya Rashi. And for Guru also, Dhanu Rashi and Meen Rashi. So it is only for Shanidev, both his Rashis are in adjacent sides. So both Makar Rashi and Kumbha Rashi, which is the 10th and 11th Rashi. So the Karmasthana as well as Karma Palasthana, both these Rashis are ruled by Shanidev. So this itself shows a bigger amount of significance of why Shanidev has both his Rashis in adjacent sides. Of course, he is the Karma Karaka and Karma Paladata, and that's why he has got both 10th and 11th Rashi in the Bachakra as his Rashis. But having both these Rashis in adjacent sides actually eases the job of Shanidev, because Shanidev, as I mentioned before, takes 2.5 years to transit in one Rashi. So Shanidev has been given the responsibility of keeping the account of karmas and giving the results, rewards as per the individual's karmas. So which is a very tough job, and that's why Shanidev requires a very great amount of time. So even though 2.5 years spending in one Rashi won't be enough, because after he judges the complete karma, when he moves to the next Karma Pala Rashi, he has to give the Karma Pala also. So that's why the transit in both the Rashis has to be in continuity, and that's why both the Rashis being adjacent has become the ruling Rashis or the Rashis of Shanidev. And that's why when Shanidev enters his Rashi, Makar Rashi, he spends for the next 5 years in verifying and counting of or judging the karmas of an individual, and next in the last phase giving out the rewards of the karmas of the individual. So that's why this is how it is structured. In January 2020, Shanidev entered Makar Rashi, and now he is in Kumbha Rashi and till March 2025. So this prolonged 5 years, 2 months, Shanidev was at a very powerful position. Though Shanidev gets exalted in Tula Rashi, which is Shukra's Rashi, but major amount of positive results we get from Shanidev when he is transiting in his Rashis, that is Makar Rashi and Kumbha Rashi. And that's why I mentioned that Shanidev having both his Rashis in adjacent sides is a very big plus point for Shanidev, and having that powerful position for the continuous 5 long years actually brings a great amount of transformation also in the world. That's why we can remember, as soon as Shanidev entered Makar Rashi in 2020, the corona time started. So the whole world got resurrected or transformed, and now we have a new world actually. A lot of new ideas, new thoughts, and it's completely new world post COVID. So now Shanidev is leaving Kumbh Rashi and now going to Meen Rashi. So we'll expect much more changes or the final touches of the Shanidev's transformation techniques. So this would be the next 4.5 months would be very, very important from Shanidev point of view. People may say that the lives are destroyed or it's devastated post COVID, that the older life was much better. So I would say that probably you may not like the transformation or resurrection in life, which is very important in Kali Yuga, because Shanidev being the planet god of transformation, he always brings it through the devastation or the destruction itself, because we as individuals, we as humans won't accept new things so easily. We want or we will accept it only when it becomes necessity. So when the corona or COVID lockdown happened, we were not used to online method. So there were many jobs which could have been done online, but still we were sticking to old followed method of offline only. So but after COVID, post COVID, we did adapt the online method, and we tried to make it more effective as well. So that did work out, and it really turned out to be good as well in majority of the cases. So that's how Shanidev makes the things possible. So whether you accept it by yourself, or I'll make you, or I'll force you to accept it. So choice is yours. So Shanidev will never sound like a good planet if you are someone attached to the old things. Even though Shanidev represents antique things, you have to accept new ideas. Nevertheless, Shanidev is one of the greatest friends of mankind. He is the perfect taskmaster, he is the disciplinarian, and he brings melancholy as well as endurance in life. So Shanidev is the Karaka for that long-term stability in relationships, meaningful and fruitful disposition of life as well. And Shanidev, whenever he gives something, he will give it for permanent, for a long-term tenure in life. So whenever Shanidev gives something, it would be after going through a lot of tests, a lot of tribulations, everything. So that's why any kind of materialistic wealth or even the spiritualistic disposition, if Shanidev gives, because Shanidev is also Karaka for spirituality, because that Vairagya Bhavna or that feeling of separation, of isolation is also Shanidev is the Karaka for that. And that's why Shanidev is a very, very important planet in life, because he is also Karaka for death, that is liberating a soul from the body, from its life, also is Shanidev, which is considered very important in life. So coming to corporate sector, which is majorly ruled by Venus, because Venus rules the private sector, but Shani being Karma Paladata has a great say in this sector as well, because Shanidev represents those unique talent, skill set, or the working hard pattern in improving themselves as a better person, as well as from the skill set point of view, because we know that Shanidev expects some amount of loyalty, honesty, integrity, which are very important values for any organization. But for the current trends, for the business competition among their competitors, rivals and all, definitely they need those kind of resources, those kind of employees who works hard in upskilling themselves and making use of their talent and resources provided by the organization for the better future of the organization. So that's why we see that many employees who have stayed in the same organization for a very long time may not get a good growth in the organization or in their career, but only those employees who would be keep on upskilling themselves, who would be using their talent, skill set for the better things and would be aligning themselves to the current trends in the market, in the industry, they always will be preferred by the organization, because Shanidev will say that to stay ahead in the competition, I need the resources would help me. So from that point of view, being upskilled is very, very important. Shanidev is Karaka for the old traditional stuffs, even for Prachin Vidya like Jyotish also. So even Shanidev, actually it is said that during the Sade Sati, when Shanidev comes on the moon, on direct degree of the moon, he makes a person astrologer as well. If there is a promise in the horoscope that the person will become a professional astrologer, so that will happen when Shanidev comes directly on the moon in the Sade Sati as well. So Shanidev is Karaka for this Prachin Vidya as well, but in a modern way and in a newer way. So he likes the transformation stuff a lot, and that's why we see that during the COVID or post-COVID, there were a lot of transformations in the business, in the enterprises, in all the ways. Even in Jyotish also, we had a great transformation as well. So this is all about Shanidev. I think I have briefed very well from Shanidev's point of view to make you understand. Shanidev is not a planet about which we have to be afraid or scary. It all depends on us, on how we take it. So if we accept the new things, we transform ourselves for the better things, then definitely Shanidev will give us auspicious results. We'll also find Shanidev as a good planet. So it's all in our hands. So this was all about Shanidev. So in the next video, I'll brief about the individual moon sign predictions, Mesh Rashi to Meena Rashi. So until then, thank you. Goodbye.